Good afternoon and thanks for joining us. The City of Prince Albert wants residents to get a head start on spring cleaning. Community Cleanup Week starts next week. Cleanup bins will be placed at designated locations throughout the week so residents can dispose of approved items and tidy up their neighborhoods. Here are the three locations: 6th Avenue East and 10th Street East, the Kinsman parking lot on 28th Street West, and the Prince Albert Grand Council Cultural Center on 9th Avenue West. This is what you can drop off at the bins starting Monday. For tire disposal, residents can drop off up to 10 rimless tires for free at the Cal Tire on 38th Street East. Hazardous household waste such as adhesives, corrosives, aerosols, and fuels will not be accepted at the bins or at the landfill. There will be a designated collection event in September. Late last night, the RM of Buckland issued an evacuation order for several properties in Shell River Heights area south of Highway 3. Yesterday, the RM said in a public notice it's been working closely with the SPSA, the Buckland Fire Department, and Wahpeton Band Council. To help mitigate damage from the flooding, Buckland Fire and Rescue, along with community members, have spent hours at the Red River Roping and Riding Arena making sandbags to bring to high-risk areas. The volunteers began work on Monday.
So we've been taking them out to Wahpeton and we've been taking them out to Shell River Heights right now because that's where the most flooding is happening.
The RM says further updates will be provided through official emergency communication channels. Turning now to Meadow Lake, where a flood has left the local food bank dealing with yet another setback.
We took mops, we took vacuums, we tried to do whatever we could. We took buckets.
This is a look at the food bank underwater last week. Staff rushed to save supplies as city crews ran pumps inside. The flooding was triggered by a heavy spring snowmelt and made worse by an aging building with poor drainage. The water damage has worsened existing black mold. It's the latest problem with this 90-year-old building.
No matter where you look, it's falling apart. And so we're between really needy and desperate.
The food bank, which also operates a soup kitchen, is now fundraising for a new building approved by Meadow Lake City Council to be built at this vacant lot just a few blocks away from its current location. Residents in the RM of Lakeside are also dealing with significant flooding. Watson and Quill Lake are under a state of local emergency as many roads in and around the area have been impassable due to the water. According to the Reeve, 54 locations in the RM have been either completely washed out or damaged.
The majority of our grids have been impacted, so a lot of them have been closed down. We were running around trying to find routes where people could get from home to town or kids to school and stuff like that on the week or for Monday, and it was a real struggle. Like, it added probably 50-60 miles for some people.
Anyone traveling on Saskatchewan roadways are encouraged to check the highway hotline before hitting the road. And in the RM of Good Lake, they're also dealing with excess water due to the recent snowmelt. The road closure on Highway 5 is now lifted, but water near Buchanan is moving toward Patterson and Good Spirit Lakes, covering parts of Highway 47. Some area back roads were cut to allow for the water to move faster. The community was hit by devastating floods in 2010 and 2011, after which some changes were made. But the Reeve says raising the culverts remains a divisive topic. The current washout caught the RM by surprise, and they expect some level of erosion to the nearby sand dunes. So there you go, Jeff. Sort of tough conditions there as we finally break out of the winter that we had and now into some spring and lots of flooding.
Yeah, that's the nasty side of this. You know, we were all hoping for warmer conditions, and we did talk about a slow melt, but that's not what we were hoping for, a slow melt. But that certainly is not what happened, and it's really being exacerbated by that big dump of snow that we got towards the end of what was beginning of spring. But ultimately, we keep our fingers crossed that we are getting into the end of this flooding situation as opposed to the height of it. We're taking a look at the relatively, again, quiet conditions across the Prairie provinces. We're keeping our eye on the potential for some thunderstorm activity, basically from the interior of BC into parts of Alberta. That includes Calgary and Lethbridge. But across Saskatchewan and Manitoba, things are starting to warm up, comparatively speaking. And as we make our way into the weekend, it looks like double-digit temperatures are certainly in play.
After announcing she will sit as an independent MLA, former NDP MLA Betty Nippi-Albright says she left the party as a result of its stance on involuntary addictions treatment. Yesterday, she said she would sit as an independent after being muzzled by party leader Carla Beck. She says Beck told her not to publicly reference a report that was critical of forced treatment. The province passed legislation on Tuesday, and while the NDP did vote against it, Nippi-Albright says the party's position mirrors the government's position.
Well, the issue is this. I had prepared, based on this report, my response in Bill 48. And the directive was given to me by the leader to not make any reference to this report in my response to Bill 48 and to not bring anything up in the committee. So the only thing that we were allowed to bring up was the recommendations.
Beck says the announcement came as a surprise. She also said she supports forced treatment in a select number of cases with proper safeguards. A Saskatoon dancer is proving that talent has no limits. Now she's taking her moves to the world stage while opening doors for others. From her first moves at just 3 years old, Sherry Lynn Turgeon quickly found her rhythm. Her journey has taken her to New York City and across Canada, training in adaptive ballet. She's performed across the prairies and on international stages, even taking home gold at the Dance World Cup 3 times. She's heading there again in July as the only wheelchair dancer to ever qualify.
Yeah, a lot of people think that because you're disabled, you can't do dance, or, you know, you're meant to like be in a care home or whatever. And I'm like, no, you can do whatever you put your mind to. So I have little ones that I teach that are all in chairs or walk with walkers or are hearing impaired.
This dancer hopes to encourage others and let them know that it's not about limitations. A $27 million expansion to a canola breeding center near Saskatoon will help Saskatchewan continue to be a leader in canola crop science. BASF leaders from Canada, North America, and Germany broke ground at the site just outside of the city. Once operational at the end of next year, researchers will have access to the latest technology when it comes to hybrid canola research. Right now, Canada contributes more than $43 billion of the world's $53 billion of canola, a market that's expected to grow to over $72 billion by 2032. The expansion and upgrades to the Canola Breeding Center of Innovation are expected to keep InVigor hybrid canola as the leader for Canadian farmers. Today, roughly 3 out of every 5 canola fields are growing InVigor.
We're a global organization. We spend money and invest money all around the world. To be able to get this investment in Canada is just tremendous news for Canadian farmers and canola producers. So we're just so excited that they're going to have access to this world center of excellence.
BASF says it will continue to return roughly 10% of its earnings back into research and development. When we come back, the John V. Hicks Gallery hosting workshops with its artists in residence. Jasmine Pelche previews the upcoming events this month.
I'm at the John V. Hicks Gallery with Jessie and Gabriella. Gabriella's doing her residency here as the artist. Could you talk a little bit about what your medium is and what your artwork looks like? Like what are you making it out of?
Yes, my work is photo-based. I do artwork that is a mix of different processes but start as a photography. And I use a lot of photographs that I take along paths in nature to extract elements of those photographs, making a collage in a digital way, and then print it out. From there, I end up with works that are not photographic, are not painting, are not printing, are a little bit of everything, a bit of an hybrid multimedia work.
Your work is located here at this gallery. I also heard that you have some workshops, I want to say, coming up for cyanotype. What is that?
Cyanotype is a very old photographic process. It's one of the earliest photographic processes that are very friendly to use, and it's making prints with some solution that is sensitive to light and exposed on the sun light. You don't need a laboratory, you don't need any artificial light, you just need this chemistry, paper, water, and sun. To make, you can use negatives, or you can use plants to make imprints or objects, different ways to come with it.
For the workshops, what would be happening during a workshop? I think I understand the first one is the 9th?
Yes, the 9th is the first one, and we're going to be working with different plants that I have been gathering along the time, and I've been drying, and we are going to be exposing those plants in the sensitive, light-sensitive paper. We are also going to encourage people, depending on weather, if they can gather some plants or some grasses or anything that they want to make. So we're going to have an introduction to what cyanotype is. We're going to have an introduction also historically, because cyanotype has a very interesting history in photography and image making. And also we're going to experiment and just have a lot of fun.
This question's for Jesse, because I know you have all the logistics in your brain. If people are looking to find out more information about these workshops or about Gabriella's work, where can they go?
So folks can come here to the John V. Hicks Gallery. We've got some posters and promo material that has all the information of what she's going to be doing for this month of May. They can also visit the Prince Albert Council for the Arts Facebook page. So the PA Arts Council is the organizational partner, and we've got everything listed there.
And last one for Gabriella, what would you say to encourage people who are locally interested in the arts or local artists to attend those workshops?
I think it's a great opportunity, honestly, that this residency and this series of workshops have been opened by the initiative of Jesse Campbell, but also with support of organizations and many members of the community. So I would say take advantage of this opportunity. The workshops are free, are friendly, you don't need to know anything about anything, photography, art, anything. You just need to have the disposition to come, be curious, and spend some time just having fun, really. It's going to be interesting, it's going to be fun, and it might open some ideas for you to do art or to do, anything that is creative, even something that is not directly art. I think any creative activity will reflect positively in your daily life and in the work you do, in the profession you have.
Well, thank you both for meeting me here, and thank you, Gabriella, for sharing a bit about your work.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for coming and inviting me.
When we come back, Jeff has a look at the weather forecast, and later the province gives an update on surgeries performed in the last year. Okay, Jeff, a little bit more detail this time. What's going on with the weather?
Well, you know what, John? Temperatures are going to be warming up. Right now, it looks like Mother's Day is going to be pretty pleasant right across the province. Some places into the low 20s, and not Prince Albert. But Prince Albert's going to be close. And I can tell you that, all right. Am I? Okay, I'm okay? Okay, good. All right, let's take a look and see what we've got going on with our satellite radar shot here. Out in eastern Canada, more in the way of stormy situations, and particularly as it makes its way into Atlantic Canada, sort of a soggy Mother's Day weekend for our Atlantic Canadian neighbors. But across the west, things are just going to be staying on the warm side for most places. There's the possibility with that warmth, some thunderstorm activity. I mentioned that earlier before in the interior of BC. It's the double-edged sword. They need the rain because it's very dry, but thunderstorms could spark up some wildfires, so it's kind of a tricky situation there. And yes, and some of that thunderstorm activity is possibly making its way into Alberta, so we'll keep our eye on that. Let's get out of the way, Jeff, and take a look at some other things here. Futurecast, the computer modeling indicating that, yes, there we sort of see that active weather sliding along the Rockies into the foothills and down through parts of southwestern Saskatchewan. And there's some scattered showers that are making its way into our province in the next 24 hours, but really scattered in nature. 1 degree, the overnight temperature for the Spiritwood area. 3 for the Battlefords, then into the minus temperatures in the overnight. Candle Lake, -3, -2 for Birch Hills and Roster, and -4 in Nippi-Albright, and -3 in Melfort. Here are the highs for tomorrow. Temperatures above seasonal for most locations. 17 in Spiritwood, 19 in the Battlefords, 15 in Candle Lake, 16 in Birch Hills, 17 in Roster, and 14 in Nippi-Albright, and the same for Melfort. Most places dealing with mainly cloudy or cloudy skies. And taking a look at Prince Albert area tonight, dropping down to -3 degrees with increasing clouds, winds out of the southeast at 10. The winds back off a little bit, but then they pick up tomorrow, but not by a lot, just southerly winds at 10 kilometers an hour, so not a particularly strong wind for the Prince Albert area. 16 degrees for a high, so just above seasonal numbers. And then as we take a look at the 7-day forecast, backsliding a bit on Friday, but that comes with a chance of some showers. And then as we take a look at Saturday, 13 degrees, 18 for Mother's Day, above seasonal with mainly cloudy skies. Monday to start the work week, 15 degrees with a slight chance of some showers. And then into the 20s for Tuesday and Wednesday. Wednesday getting up to 21.
So that means, Jeff, if you had plans for cross-country skiing on Mother's Day, you might have to cancel those?
You might have to cancel those, yeah.
All right, well, I could
put those skis away.
Exactly, yeah, for the season. Well, hockey fans, Jeff, they were out early this morning to send off the Raiders as they travel to Everett for the start of the WHL final. The Raiders rode the bus to Saskatoon, where more fans greeted the team. They jumped on a plane to Calgary, and from there the team would fly to Seattle. The Raiders team bus already made the trip, and they will be waiting for the players in Washington. Game 1 goes Friday night at 8 o'clock Saskatchewan time. It's officially the start of the football season, with the Saskatchewan Roughriders returning to Saskatoon. The defending Grey Cup champions began training camp at Griffith Stadium, with rookies taking to the field. Top performers over the first 3 days will stay with main training camp starting next week. Top prospects and new draftees took to the field for the first time, including some Saskatchewan standouts. Carson Sombach, an alumni with the University of Regina Rams, and Daniel Wiebe with the University of Saskatchewan Huskies. After an offseason filled with celebration, head coach Corey Mace is happy to finally get to work on a new season.
You know, when you're off, you want it to come sooner, right? So now that we're out here, we're happy as ever. You know, players, staff, man, what a time.
Rookie camp runs until Friday at Griffith Stadium. Main camp begins on Sunday.
Watch closely, because this is something you will probably never see again. You're looking at rare footage of former Roughrider receiver Don Narcisse making a catch at Taylor Field in 1995 against the Memphis Mad Dogs. No joke. In 1995, the CFL expanded into the U.S., and a team was born in Memphis, Tennessee. And no, it did not last very long, as the Memphis Mad Dogs only played one season. And this is video from the only time they played the Riders at Taylor Field in Regina. The game was not televised, disappointing since it was a thrilling contest. A sellout crowd saw the afternoon seesaw battle. The Riders led early, but Memphis would tie it up. The highlights included this 40-yard pass from David Allen to Joe Horn. The Riders would go up again, this time by 14 points. but Memphis stormed back to pull within just 3. Then, with no time left on the clock, Memphis kicker Nick Mystrom lined up for a game-tying field goal, but missed it wide. The Riders got a single point and went on to win 34-32. Memphis would fold after the season, though it boasted a number of stars, including CFL great Damon Allen and wide receiver Joe Horn, who would springboard to a notable career in the NFL. And if you want to check out more classic sports moments from the days of Wilco and wood finish televisions, you can check them out on our website.
Do you have a community event you would like to promote? Or maybe you'd like to draw attention to your organization. Let your local CTV station help you spread the word. Contact us at 306-922-6020 or email panews@ctv.ca. You can appear on CTV Prince Albert's News at 5 and get your message to our viewers.
The provincial government says more than 102,000 surgeries were performed in Saskatchewan in the last fiscal year. That's up more than 2,100 surgeries than the previous year as Saskatchewan works through a backlog of procedures. The province credits expanded capacity, robot-assisted surgeries, and private partnerships, along with scheduling efficiency, referrals, and patient preparation.
Brought to you by Saskatchewan Union of Nurses. Thank you to Saskatchewan's 11,000 registered nurses.
All right, Jeff, if you are late for work, well, I guess if you're late for work here, there's a problem. But if you're in New York City and you're late for work, then never fear, because a new mode of travel is being tested in the city. Electric air taxis are now being tested by the company called Joby Aviation. The goal is to fly passengers from JFK Airport into Manhattan in about 10 minutes. The company says the flights are quiet and emission-free. There are no passengers yet, as pilots are still trying to test them out. Commercial service could launch as early as next year. That might be a kind of a fun little, maybe a sightseeing, but I don't know about anything else.
Well, you never know. But yeah, if you're landing at LaGuardia, you're out of luck.
Yeah, exactly. And, you know, I mean, is that just the same as taking transit or taking it?
Well, you see, this is what I don't know. It's, I think, where have I landed before? I can't remember.
Who knows? Well, if you have the money, you could take that.
Why not? There you go. Take the train.
National news is coming up.